Marikar to you all. I don't know if you've met her. Now, Mrs. Marikar was one of the few teachers, according to Ron, he told me this, that fundamentally changed his life. Another one happens to be Yoga Sir from Bijapur. But um, the reason why he held her in such high esteem was not only because she, quote unquote, encouraged him in the direction of music, and she was the one who, you know, uncovered his passion. You have to share the Bach story with us. um, um, I mean, that wasn't the only reason, that she encouraged him in that direction, and she was one of the first people to tell my mother, Ron is a different kind of boy. Ron is a sensitive child, and if only we'd understood what she meant at that time. It wasn't just that. Ron shared an unspeakable connection with her. I was so stunned when he'd share stories with me, and he would talk to me about her as if they were long buddies. And we would talk about everything, most nonchalantly. Um, Before I speak anymore, I would like Mrs. Marikar to share a few words with us, please.
Hello everyone. Yeah. Hi. It's been wonderful hearing all of you share your thoughts in French with Ron, who although he's no more, I think what some of you said, that he left a little bit of himself in all of us, and that makes all of us Ron. And I don't think I, for one, will ever forget him. When I first heard the news, I think I cried for 3 days. And my son had been here after 4 years from Africa, and he said, "What is wrong with you?" And I had to snap out of it and look after them. Well, the first time I met Ron was on a very sunny day in Lawrence School, Lovedale. That's before any of you met him. I remember that the guitar teacher, the new guitar teacher, had rung me up and said, "Could you please come over to the guitar room? And I want you to hear one of my students." And I thought, very advanced student, this is marvelous, because in a boarding school you don't get advanced students. So, but I thought, now I have to walk all the way downhill and all the way uphill again. I don't like walking. So, but I did it. And I went in and I saw a sea of music stands, big noise, all the children talking together. And I looked at Manoj, his teacher, and I said, "What's it all about?" And then this tiny little boy with big spectacles sitting there with a big guitar in front of him. And he said, "This is the boy." And I said, "Hello." And he said, "Hi, ma'am." I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Run." I said, "What?" "Run." He said, "Yeah, ma'am, run." So I said, "Oh, that's good. And you're playing the guitar?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Are you doing an exam?" He said, "Yes." "What exam?" And he said, "Grade 3. I said, "3." I said, "Okay, I thought you were doing something like 5. And I said, "What are you playing?" He said, "I don't know, ma'am, a minuet or something by a guy called Bash. Him and Bach." I said, "You mean Bach?" He said, "Whatever." Bach is my God, and I thought this was so dismissive. And I thought, I've got to educate this guy. So I said, "Let me hear you." And then he played this beautiful minuet, and it was outstandingly sensitive, and he managed to put something of himself into Bach. And this is really difficult because Bach wrote the notes and he wrote the music into the notes, and it's next to impossible to improve on that. Only someone like Glenn Gould or some great pianist can do that, and Ron did it at the age of 10 I think, on a guitar. So I said, "Manoj, we have to do something about this boy." I said, "Come over and meet me sometime." And then somebody told him that if he wanted food, Mrs. M's place was the place to go. So Ron became a frequent visitor to my house. And he would say, "Ma'am, I just came to listen to some music, and could we have an omelette? Or could we have a cup of coffee or something? And I'd say yes, and very obediently go to the kitchen and rustle it up. And then the conversation was so grown up. My memories of Ron in Lawrence School are bittersweet because Ron got bullied a lot by the tough boarding school boys who wanted to play games and wanted him to be as macho as themselves. And every time something like this happened, Ron came to my place and said, "Can I sit and listen to some music?" And we did. And then he went off to Hyderabad and he rang me and he said, "I'm doing an exam and my teacher doesn't know anything about the oral test." So I sort of coached him over the phone and he did brilliantly. Then I came to Calcutta and they happened to come to Calcutta too, and he went to La Martiniere where he met Amshir. And you did a wonderful job, or rather Ron did a wonderful job. And he was with me. He would come every time he came to Calcutta. He would insist on coming and visiting me. The last time he came to my house, my granddaughter, who's 26, said, "Who is this boy who's coming?" I said, "Look, he's very special." She said, "All your students are special." I said, "This is special. Cook something really good for him. Do your chicken." And she marinated the chicken and roasted it with baked potatoes, and he came over. And we had rice and curry and baked chicken. And he sort of drew the chicken to him and he said, "Can I have this?" And I said, "I don't eat chicken, but you can have the whole thing." And we kept reaching over and begging a piece of potato or something. Ron ate that whole chicken. And look at that, and I'm so glad that's for him. It was wonderful. Another time, and that was not the last time he came. The last time he came, he just spent a lot of time talking to me, and he said he had a lot of problems. He said, "I just don't think I have found the right thing to do in life. I'm so confused." And I said, "Play music. Just play as much as you can." And some friends of mine, actually a student and her mother, and I said, "Look, we won't have to listen today, but we listen to some music and we listen to Ron. We'll talk to Ron. Ron's coming, I don't want to do anything that I haven't done." And he said, "Shall I sing a song for you?" This was so strange because nobody offers to perform like that so spontaneously. And he took up his guitar and he said, "Mrs. M, this is a spring song for you. It's about love, you know." I said, "Ron, I'm 70 years old and I know all about love." And he said, "Well, this is about, love." I said, "Okay, get on with it." And then he sang a beautiful song. I can't remember what it was, but it was beautiful and everyone had tears in their eyes. And he was just marvelous. Even my granddaughter, whose father's name is, said it was brilliant. And then Oishik, one of my star students, came along and they were talking about medicine. And then he discussed cooking with Hasina, my granddaughter. And he was talking about all sorts of things with different people. He was an amazing boy because he could discuss anything. Another very beautiful experience I had 2 years ago, or was it last year? I was at the high school's concert in Loreto House. And I was wondering how to get away because my students had finished playing. And suddenly I felt someone tap my shoulder and I turned around and Ron was there grinning away. So I said, "We'll go." He said, "No, ma'am, I'd like to stay and watch the fun." And there were some very bad performances. And after it was over, he said, "Let's go to the school." So we walked. I said, "I don't have a car. Do you?" He said, "No, I sent the car back." So we walked along Park Street and we stopped at various places and had snacks. And I don't know where we walked, but we were talking and talking. And I don't know what we talked about, but it was funny, it was deep, it was about music, it was about life, it was about everything. It was about everything. And it was a lot about his mother, whom he just so much. Thank you for loving me so much.
Thank you, ma'am. That was very touching. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to say anything? Dadu, তুমি কিছু বলতে চাও? ঠাকুমা কিছু বলতে চাও? ছোট মামা? Yes. Everyone, this is my uncle, Choto Mama. He's a dentist. I recently got a tooth extracted. You weren't there. Choto Mama is going to say a few things.
I should say hi. Good evening. I happen to land up just now. I'm in Chandigarh, based in Chandigarh. Rovinda, my sis, all of them are here. And it's very unfortunate, yes, but I must congratulate you for putting up this. This is a kind of celebration. I always believe that death is a celebration. And wherever he is, we are all celebrating his release from this world. He was a gift to all of us. He will be a gift to all of us. Wherever he is doing his best. Very unhappy, very unfortunate, very sad. But yet, seeing you all celebrating with music, with life, is beautiful. All of you, congratulations. Thank you so much altogether. And I wish to close my